It's mine?
Yes, sir. What?
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
Sandra Bullock won an Oscar for her role in The Blind Side. Now she's out with a new film, but acting's not the only thing on her plate. Tracy Smith has our Sunday profile.
On one of the coolest streets in Austin, a go-to for the hip and the hungry. This is Walton's Fancy and Staple, a cafe and flower shop in a century-old brick building, owned and restored by actress-producer Sandra Bullock.
I love the idea of finding purpose for something that was created for another purpose originally.
This place, which was once a horse and carriage repair shop, is now a destination for local foodies.
To me, this is just as fulfilling as making movies.
And if you know her movies, that's really saying something.
There were just hundreds of snakes in this temple just waiting for us to show up.
What? Why aren't they biting that guy?
This is ridiculous. Delete.
In The Lost City, from our parent company Paramount, she's a kidnapped romance novelist.
Unchain me!
That's your seatbelt.
Who, along with her book's cover model, Channing Tatum, fights her way back to civilization through some harrowing and comically cringeworthy situations.
No! What is that?
Scream.
Get him off.
Oh my God. Okay. No, I can't touch this blood-gorged mucus sacs. Can you
Right
fling
now.
it? Can you? Why don't
Get
you
it.
just pick it and fling it? Just pick it and
You
fling
pick it and fling it.
It's refreshing that the person taking their clothes off is the guy.
Because nobody wanted me to do it. Think I'm kidding? Not. And Channing was the one willing to work out all the time. I was like, I'm not willing.
It's the latest chapter in a career that's taken her from a speeding city bus in 1994's Speed
It'll be one hell of a ride.
to an even more harrowing trip in 2013's Gravity.
I'm in a dress. I have gel in my hair. I haven't slept all night. I'm starved and I'm armed. Don't mess with me.
Of course, she's also known for her brand of physical comedy.
I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm good.
It's something she says she learned at an early age, thanks to her mom.
My mother had no sense of humor, unless you hurt yourself. And then she would laugh her ass off. So I realized the way to my mother's heart was through physical comedy.
So you would do pratfalls?
I would fall all the time.
And it's fair to say the film world fell for her. She's made 4 dozen plus movies,
Oh my God!
Why are you naked?
earned countless accolades,
You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me.
but also had her share of some real-world grief.
Play along with me on a scale of 1 to 10. How's life now?
I'd say it's, you know, it's my life, so it's about a 9.2.
That's very specific. Why 9.2?
Because the other shoe will drop. It will.
The other shoes seemed to drop hardest in 2010. It started, happily enough, with the surprise adoption of her first child.
He was unexpected. He was not planned. I got a call one day, and your placement is here. And that's after years after having filed. Years.
Oh my gosh, then just out of the blue, boom.
It literally was out of the blue. And so I was handed a plastic bag and a child.
And the winner is Sandra Bullock.
And a few weeks later, with the adoption still a secret, she was handed an Oscar for The Blind Side.
Did I really earn this or did I just wear you all down?
But even during her acceptance speech, she says her mind was on her baby.
All I kept thinking about was he's at home. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care that it was there. I just wanted to go home. And then I was sewn in the dress. I was sewn in the dress, and then I had to get myself out of the dress. But all I wanted to do was just go home and feed Luke.
How do you get yourself out of a dress when you're sewn in?
You just
rip it.
You just rip it. I ripped it. And then I asked him to fix it. I go, I don't know what happened. Like, all the beads came off.
And days later, the wheels came off her marriage to reality star Jesse James, leaving her to raise her infant son alone and shut out the rest of the world as best she could.
I mean, so much had happened. How do you process grief and not hurt your child in the process? It's a newborn. They take on everything that you're feeling. So my obligation was to him and not tainting the first year of his life with my grief.
Bullock has since adopted a little girl as well. She's asked us not to use photos of her kids. She says that even in her privileged world, she's had a real taste of the battles other mothers fight every day.
You know, my children are black. I have a level of defense that millions of mothers have that aren't white. You know, I have an understanding of how scary it is, and I just get really emotional because I think of hundreds of years of women who've never been able to relax into motherhood. They've never been able to relax.
Worried about their kids.
Like, yes, in a way that we as white women have not had to worry. You worry about other things, but if you really, really, really take a minute and think about hundreds of years of mothers not being able to enjoy freely the birth of a child, their son becoming a young man, all of those things represent fear and loss.
Career-wise, Bullock wanted to give the audience something to smile about.
Why are you so handsome?
My dad was a weatherman.
But she says that The Lost City, which will be in theaters this week, will be her last film, at least for now.
Don't want to manscape you. I didn't bring my clippers.
I can be creative, I can be part of a community, but right now, work in front of the camera needs to take a pause.
For how long?
I don't know. I don't know, until I don't feel like I feel now when I'm in front of a camera.
Which is?
I want to be at home. I'm not doing anyone any favors who's investing in a project if I'm saying I just want to be at home. Because I was always running. I was always running to the next thing. I just want to be present and responsible for one thing.
So you knew shooting this movie,
Yeah.
this is going to be the last one for a while.
Yeah, and I don't know what a while is. I don't know what that is. I would just love to clean out the basement.
You're being literal.
I'm literal. I have a room where all my goes for all the years. I want to go through it, and I want to see if I remember any of it. Are the golden eggs right there? I mean, they're unassuming, but they're my sister's
Golden
recipe.
eggs.
Combination of a churro, a donut, and a snickerdoodle.
Her family comes first, at home and here, where her sister Gigi designed some of the pastries.
Are you a sweets person? Do you like
Big
sweets?
time. I have a problem.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Or just maybe Sandra Bullock knows when something is sweet and has learned to cherish it.
What do you see out in front of you now?
She's like, I see a crystal ball. I don't know. That's what's a little scary about it. I don't know. Watch, 6 months from now, I can't handle this anymore. I need to go back to work. But I don't want to do that. If that feeling comes, I don't want to do that. I don't want to rely on work to fill me. But I just don't see a lot other than everyone under my roof. That's it. It was not very sexy, but you know, it's mine.